Hi, everyone. Welcome to the weekly Cobalt Cafe online Zoom reading. It's week number 308 of our series. Happy to have you all here with us tonight for our open reading, as well as to hear our featured reader, Hermione Beard. Hermione, really excited that you are get to take your turn in the featured reading slot. I know you're going to be fantastic, and it's awesome to have the opportunity to present one of our own in that slot. So there you go. If you would like to participate in the open reading and you haven't already done so, send me a message in the chat and I will be happy to add you to the list. As always, it is 2 poems maximum, and uh, the suggested time limit is less is more. So keep that in mind when you're picking out how much it is that you want to read. You should have I almost said the cat room. You should have the cat room open. Also, for the purposes of this event, you should have the chat room open. That way you can interact with each other since everyone is muted throughout the festivities. It is a great place, as always, to uh, react to the things that you are hearing people read. You can post links of things. I suspect you all know the many wonders of the chat room and can choose how to take advantage of it. So there you go. We do also have a 1 drink minimum here at the Cobalt Cafe, as usual. Make sure that you honor that in some way that you are comfortable doing so. And I believe that is everything that I need to tell you. So if there are any questions before we get to our first reader, Kazuaki, I'd be happy to entertain those questions at this time. Cathabella.
Rick, how do you deal with dust?
By dusting it
Okay.
is one of the
Very
things that you do. It just gives you the instructions in the name. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm
that's very few things are like that. Like, how do you deal with an orange? Well, you don't orange it. No, it doesn't work like that. Dust, you can dust. In fact, it prefers it. Yeah.
perfect.
All right. Thank you, Cathabella. Good question. Martin Parker.
Hello, Rick. I'm not sure what Amelia Bedelia would disagree with you on that part about it. It tells you what to do, but that's neither here nor there. I have a question. Do you have a favorite song or poem about midnight?
About what?
About midnight.
Um,
Your opinions about midnight, for that matter.
that's an easier question to answer, if I may. I do like the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, if that counts.
Yeah.
Midnight is kind of like a marker of time for me, because that's my self-imposed deadline to stop watching TV and to move on to other things before I go to sleep. So I'm conscious of midnight and its approach, and it feels like a self-appointed "you're done" kind of situation for me.
I try to go that way too, but I succeed better some nights than others.
Yeah. All right. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, Martin. Jackie, looks like Jackie has a question.
Yeah, what is your favorite meaning of the word sport?
Of the word sport,
Yes.
um, wow, I don't want any of the other meanings to feel, disappointed if I don't pick them. I kind of like the sort of colloquial calling a person sport, like, hey, sport, how you doing? That kind of sport, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's a wonderful answer.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I'm going to go with it because I guess I got the question right. Thank you, Jackie. All right. Any other Any other questions before we get going? I see no other questions. Okay, great. Well, 5 open readers and then our featured reader, Hermione. Our on-deck reader will be Dre Reyes. Please welcome our first reader, Kazuaki. Hello, Kazuaki.
Hello, Rick. Long time no see. I want to come back. 2 poems. Meetings at Sandman. It was a daytime, yet the station remained dim. Beneath the high ceiling, an old silence had settled. Beyond the tall forest window, a soft light lingered. There, I sat on the bench, waiting for the train, not knowing where it was bound. Carrying only a quiet longing, waiting for the continuation of distant time. This is 1 poem. The other. I drove along the shore. The sea was dark, and far away lay the black shadow on an island rested against the fading light. There was no sound in the car, only the stillness that seemed older than memory. As if I were moving beside the edge of the lost time, while the dark sea kept its silence, and the island remained like a memory I had once known and could never fully return to. Thank you. I read 2 already.
Yeah, Kazuaki, thank you so much. Great to hear your work. It's been a long time since we got to see you, so I'm really glad that you got to come back and be with us, and not only share your poems, but participate in the hat tradition
Yes.
that comes along with so many people here. So welcome back and nice to see you. Thank you for your work tonight.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Round of
I
applause.
wanted to be here long time.
You're welcome every week or any week.
Thank you, Rick.
All right, round of applause for Kazuaki. Thank you, Kazuaki. On deck is the collab, Cathabella, Jackie, Siggy, and Chris. Please welcome now Dre Reyes. Hello, Dre.
Hello. Good evening, and thank you all for having us all here virtually. So, with that said, got my 1 drink, my big ass bottle of water, and 2 poems for y'all. So I'm just gonna keep up with the same thing of throwing something wacky at the beginning, and then throwing up a change up, just to keep you guessing. So this first piece, I asked myself, what if Billy Mays promoted a cereal? So here's this one called Smoky Puffs. Has your breakfast become quite a bore? Good news, because fret no more. Hi, Billy Mays here with Smoky Puffs. America, it's time to wake and bake with Smoky Puffs, the hot new cereal with everyone's favorite wildfire prevention mascot, Smokey the Bear. Yes, kids, Smoky Puffs. Kid tested, DEA approved. Kids nationwide are raving and caving into their cravings for Smoky Puffs. 100% organic, 100% safe to consume, 100% legal, and only 420 calories per bowl to keep you cruising for the bruising of everyday life. Obtain higher education like never before because you'll be baked like a cake, but getting better scores on your quizzes and tests forever and more. And kids, remind your parents that they too can enjoy Smoky Puffs. It's a perfect midday treat to help you power through another work week, and it can be a part of your next hiking trail mix for your cannabis fix. Only you can prevent forest fires, and Smoky Puffs will help. So put down the bowl and grab yourself a bowl of Smoky Puffs today. And there's that poem. Yeah. Now, here's another poem called Shapeshifter. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I hate the idea of basically cutting a wrestling promo trying to convince anyone that I'm the ideal match for them, but may the powers that be grant me this one instance, please. You see, I'm like pineapple on a pizza. Cheesy, bit of acquired taste, conceptually bizarre at first, but actually pretty damn fine. I'm the epitome of don't judge a book by its cover, but no one is daring enough to crack me open to get to know my pages, and I don't want just anyone to break into my spine. I want your attention to be mine. I want to open your mind to the idea that I'm the perfect meshing of intelligence, insanity, intimacy, and safety. That I'm the ultra rare find, that I am one of a kind, that I am one of one, that I am the one. Acknowledge me like how my heart acknowledges you as its tribal chief of wholesome mischief. Allow my own actions the opportunity to echo my authenticity. Allow my abilities the opportunity to prove my dedication. Allow me to be your Swiss Army knife love, sharp, multifaceted, and full of wit. Allow me the opportunity to shape shift for you as you see fit. When it comes to commitment, I'm all gas and no brakes with it, you know what I mean? Like, if you're unable to see the potential we carry, allow me to be the paradigm shifts you into happiness. When you are alienated in anxiety and in need of a friendly face or a voice, baby, allow me to be your grounding mechanism, smoothing out the schisms, shutting off the static in your mind. When you're feeling sad or mad and it's been a while since you've seen your smile, allow me to be that GPS to pinpoint exactly where it can be found and where it can be safe and sound. Allow me to be that drummer in your heart going into a Dyer's Eve frenzy with double bass pedals bumping and pumping, all while moving and grooving you in ways you didn't see coming. Allow me to show you a little something. Allow me to create a sweet heartbeat that you can kick it to, boo. My love language is boundless for you, and I'm ready to express that fully and true. When life is pouring on the heat and you're in need of a helping hand, I'll be there in your corner waiting and aching for the hot tag, waiting and willing to clean house and take whatever hits that come with it. Allow me to be your sword and shield. Allow me to be your tag team partner in life. When the world is treating you dead body cold, may my words warm your soul from the inside as hugs and forehead kisses warm you from the outside. Allow me to be your spiritual snuggie. Life has many doors. Allow me to be the master key that unlocks all the doors that tickle your fancy. Last thing I want is to waste your time. So allow me to be time well spent. Poem. Thank you.
All right, Trey, thank you. I'm going to be heading into the market after this reading to get myself a box of Smoky Puffs, I think. Going to give that a try. So this, you did it, third time here. You're officially a regular. Had we membership cards, I would immediately send you one. Everyone is welcome to make their own membership card, by the way, and proudly display it wherever you'd like. So glad to have you. So I hope you keep coming back, and great to hear your work tonight.
Thank you for
Smoky
having me.
Puffs. Round of applause for Dre. Reyes on deck. Martin Parker, please welcome now the collab Cathabella. Jackie, Siggy, and Chris. Hello to all of you.
Unmute. There we go.
Cathabella, you're gonna unmute?
Unmute, Cathabella. Here we go.
Now the page went away, so. Okay, this should work. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, the collab for Cobalt. A good sport. Sporting a sunflower on my hat. Dark, rainy day. My efforts to control the weather. Siggy.
High school sports, soccer versus football. No touchdowns here. Wanted them in helmets. My son just wanted a game to play.
Jackie.
Dolled up to go to school. No trace of our dusty home on my ruffles.
Siggy.
He calls her sport instead of darling. She doesn't mind. Her boyfriend with a passion for track and field.
Jackie.
Referring to himself as my sport, his heart emoji crossing the line.
If I had to drive, it would be a sports car with top down, front seat full of flowers. Jackie.
Square dancing instead of playing team sports. My first time being picked first.
Siggy.
Japan, first home. Learn to do housework late before hubby home. So much dust gathered. I read, refresh tabletops, and smile.
Jackie. A grimy cup. A grimy cup she brought from home to the dorm, another clue of her upbringing. Careful not to clean too much. I bow with respect to the floor, insisting it might be stardust. Siggy.
Preparing for the cleaning lady. Great grandma dusts and gets out the tea things to serve her some tea.
I was the one Dad took to the games, even though he had 3 sons. I knew he liked girls better.
Knowing nothing about football, I sported a floral dress on the bleachers.
Sporting powdered sugar and caraway dusted on top. Mully's seed cake with a little shot of Jameson's if the baker is me. Chris.
Solo tetherball, the sport I always won single-handed, leaving imaginary opponents in backyard dust. Sorry.
All right. Did
The last, I mistyped the last word.
Oh,
No, that
I'll
was me.
change it for you.
Backyard
Yeah.
dust.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Love you.
Anybody else ever played tetherball?
No.
Well, thank you
I
guys.
liked your background dust, but backyard is what you meant, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you guys
Thank you.
very much, as always, for the delightful collab. It's great to see how you guys bounce off each other and explore a theme. Floral dress on the bleachers definitely brings me back to high school. Thank you for that, Jackie. Rick, what do you got for us there?
Oh, it's just the flute. But this one is a replica of one that was originally made in about 1670. It's sort of transitional between Renaissance and Baroque. Aren't you glad you know that?
Yes.
I am thrilled to know that. Thank you very much. And as always, the humility in how you introduce these things. Oh, it's just a flute. Yes, of course, it's just a flute. That's what you bring to the table. Flutes, lots of them. We know that part already. Glad to have you. Thank you, Collab. Thank you, Kathabella, Jackie, Siggy, and Chris, and Rick. Round of applause for the collab. We've got two more readers, and then our featured reader, Hermione. And then the rest of the open. Ken, Scott, you are on deck. Please welcome now Martin Parker. Hello, Martin.
Hello again, Rick. Glad to hear somebody else grew up playing tetherball. My dad loved it so much he built a court in our backyard for a while. I've got a couple poems here about midnight. I'm going to do the cover first, I think. This is a poem usually called the Midnight Poem. It's one of the few poems that we have. We're not sure if it's complete, that we think was written by Sappho, or Sappho, as we pretty sure she might have pronounced it based on what we know about their dialect of Greek from back then. So this is Midnight. Teduke men aselana ke Pleiades, mesai de noctis para derket ora, ego de mona kateodo. The moon and the Pleiades have set. It is midnight. Time is passing, but I sleep alone. And then I have a poem that I wrote about a year ago. I don't think I've read it here. It's a memory of my birthday from last year. And it's called Midnight at the ER. The silver that's the brightest shone within your eyes, reflecting remembered moments gathered in my mind of holding slender fingers interlaced with mine as thunderbolts and lightning flashed across the skies. I told you were beautiful lying on the bed as all around us angels whispered in strange tongues, like moonlight-scented zephyrs passing through our lungs, while moisture from my kisses glistened on your head. And that's a poem from last time I had to go to the hospital for a hydrocephalus scare from a partner. Turned out everything was fine, and she's been fine ever since, so that's been good. Thinking of her, because yesterday was her birthday. Got my hat here, and somebody reminded me, it's got my snow leopard on it that she liked, but also I just recently released 2 new designs, a cat, world word black cat, and a calico cat. So if you want to, I'll put some links in the chat if anybody wants to check those out. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Martin. Big fan of cats and people in Cobalt wearing hats, and of the line, time is passing, but I sleep alone. Thank you for sharing that old poem along with yours as well. Great to have you here tonight. As always, round of applause for Martin Parker.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martin. On deck is our featured reader, Hermione Beard. Please welcome Ken Scott. Hi, Ken.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. 2 pieces, of course. The first piece that I'm going to do is the one that I wrote a while ago called Forever Falling. I watched as autumn leaves fell like abandoned children, giving way to a cold, merciless winter, placing love and charity into frozen coffins of neglect. How can you honor the father and mother who left you for dead when they felt their work was done and went selfishly chasing after their own American crafted ideal of happily ever after? And then you realize you can't even bring yourself to hate them. You cry bitterly for their passing. No one ever weeps for enemies. Your tears descend like endless snowflakes for those 2 victims of wretched tradition, a devouring greed that destroys whole nations, flags forever falling like autumn leaves and cold winter snow. That's that one. The second piece that I'm going to do has to do with my intentions or my deliberate avoiding of therapy for personal reasons, and therefore this piece is called Therapy. I'm skeptical about therapy. As an African American adult, I am deeply skeptical towards seeking any more counseling. In this racist American society, my skin color just can't trust them anymore. Why so many psychoanalytical labels? Why did you keep saying in so much professional jargon that there was something inherently wrong with me? Since when did extra melanin affect intellect? Your journals called me mentally deficient, psychologically unstable, insanely belligerent, and profoundly void of impulse control simply because of my African DNA. Your society has literally weaponized the craft against me simply because of my race, even before I was born. And then you have the nerve to wonder why I avoid psychological therapy like the plague. Indeed, the profession has long since been infected with the arrogant, self-entitled, vicious racism of this Western European imperialist New World Order. And I have had enough of being duped into revealing my deepest secrets to a systemic enemy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
But tell us how you really feel, Ken. I really liked the line profoundly void of impulse control, which I think is perfect for an open mic. So you found your people, man. If you know, I'm not saying that you're doing this, but sometimes I think, we write and we create art as our therapy, and sharing it in forums like this is certainly part of that process as well. That doesn't mean it's not art or any of that nature, but it's part of who we are and what we do. So um, I hope you found what you continue to find what you need with us,
Working on it.
and regardless of your impulses and ability to control them or not. And thank you for being here. Round of applause for Ken Scott. Okay, on deck after our featured reader is Melody Anderson Bermudez, which leads us now to our featured reader, Hermione Beard. Hermione is a relatively new regular here at Cobalt Poets, but has given all of herself to our community and to our reading. Hold on there, Hermione. I'm still would like just hold on before you share the screen. She has her hands in all kinds of things. If you look up Hermione on the web, you'll see she's got all kinds of associations with all kinds of great organizations. She's an essayist, a poet, a playwright, specializing in musical theater and scripts for stage, radio, digital performance, and film. She is a member of BMI, an associate member of the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, and a student member of the Authors Guild. And that strikes me as kind of interesting because as best as I can tell, you're past a typical student's age, Hermione, and the way that you present yourself is really with an eagerness to learn and to be a part of things and to really understand how a thing works and support it. I know you've been so warm and kind in your presence here and supportive of what we do, as well as helping to try to get the word out about Cobalts and promote the YouTube page and everything. And my sense is that when you find a community, an organization that you like, you're all in, and the organization, or in our case, a group or whatever, we're lucky to have you, and we benefit from that. On top of that, you're a thoughtful poet and clearly a student of poetry as well. I know that you've been connecting with our collab friends and writing with them. You've joined them the past couple of weeks as well. I just get the sense that you approach us and this and probably everything with eyes wide open, ready to understand what it is and what you can learn from it, and perhaps how you can contribute to it as well. So that's the spirit which moved me to invite you to read with us in this slot tonight. Of course, we get to hear you every week, but tonight is your night to give a bit of a longer set. Excited about that. And here we go. Please welcome our featured reader, Hermione Beard.
I think Alan has his hand up. He's my classmate from Saddleback College, from the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute. Alan, did you have something?
Alan, if you want to say, there you go.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's hard to hear. It's distortion.
I'd like to share my poem, a short.
Oh, Alan, I'm sorry. You're on the open reading list, and we will call you shortly. Right now, it's Hermione's turn to read. So wait till we introduce you. You are on the list, not to worry. Hermione, go for it.
Okay, I just wanted to thank everybody how Cobalt has embraced me. I'll be coming up on a year in September, coming to Cobalt on a regular basis. And I want to thank all of the people here, the Cobalt regulars, and for my dear friends for coming out for Alan. We were in class together today. I'm so glad to see him, and Jolene and Debbie. You don't know how much this means to me. Though Jolene and Debbie are wonderful poets from Malibu, they have a very concise, cohesive poetry community there. So I'm hoping that they'll read tonight. Jolene just dropped a new book, and it is beautiful. I hope she'll read some of her pieces from that tonight. And you're talking about, yes, I am a student that's quite I've reached a woman of a certain age, but I would like to share the screen. Now, I got this idea from Heidi, and I hope it works. Can you see it? Can you see it? Do you see it on the screen?
We don't see anything yet,
No,
just that you're
I see it's
about to
popping up.
share something. Yeah.
And I can't hear Rick.
Oh
no.
We see a book cover now. Is that what you want to show us?
Okay. I'll just stop the share and read from my I got that idea from Heidi because I know in the chat one time she says that it's hard to follow along when people scroll up and down when they share the screen. So I said I'll try a flip book and see if I could turn the pages. So that didn't work. So let me try to share again. If not that, I'm going to go to my regular. And I'm so sorry to make everybody wait. What about now? Can you see it?
No.
No?
Well, there we go.
Okay.
There's a poem on the screen. Okay, you just stopped it. Hermione, why don't you just read so we can move forward with it, okay?
Well, I don't want to take up all the time. Let me see. Okay. I'll just go on and read from my this is the first poem that I wrote at Santa Monica College. I'm going to talk about the Emeritus program throughout this little reading. I'm only going to do 4 poems because I want everybody else to have a chance to come to read. But this poem is called The Wish. It's and the prompt was, think about when you were a baby and what was around you and the things that affected you when you were a baby. So this is the wish. Forever, always, and beyond. She wanted to stay in this place where her mother's soothing coos and her father's lilting voice lulled her to sleep with nursery rhymes and cradle songs forever. She wanted to lie on mama's breast and daddy's chest, resting in their arms always. She wanted these feelings, whatever they were, love, warmth, tenderness, safety, to last a lifetime and beyond. And this is just a little musing poem. It's called My Imagination. I've read it here before. Have you ever wanted to go back in time in your mind where your imagination takes over and transports you to a place when life was simple, uncomplicated, and pure? Back to a time when the air was clean and there was no need for bottled water or organic food. Natural was a given, not a premium item with an extra charge. Or was it all in my mind? This is a search. She was a woman of the world weary. She lost the ability to trust others and herself, searched all over for comfort and safety in people, places, and things, finding no one, no place, nothing to fill the void and bring her peace. The search went on until she looked inside herself. This is a poem that I wrote for Black History Month this year. Honorable ancestors, I hear you speak clearly as if you were here today. The haunting vibrations and sounds of your footsteps on rocky ground still felt, impassioned cries still heard, urging me to fight and not falter. Freedom bought with your shed blood and tears sustains me. Your strength undergirds me when I am too weary to go on. I won't forget the past. I won't give up. I think I'll stop there, Rick, because there's so many people that want to read.
You don't have
So,
to
thank
stop,
you.
Hermione. You've got a whole 15-minute slot, and
I'm
there's
so grateful for this opportunity, Rick. It means so much to me.
okay. Well, Hermione, thank you very much.
I
Great.
can't hear you, but I don't know what's going on with the sound.
I think my sound is working. I wonder if there's a problem on your end, but a great work tonight, and great to hear you read your poems. I'm going to share the screen and show folks the broadside that I made for the poem that you sent me. There it is, Water Flow. People can download this now at the Cobalt Poets website. I posted the link in the chat, and I hope that you will download it and look at it and think of Hermione and her wonderful work, as you look at it. So, Hermione, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the community sensibility of that you bring to us. Thank you for inviting people to be here. I know there's a few people who are here for the first time because you invited them, and I really liked the whole concept of you honoring your ancestors in that last poem that you shared with us. So thank you very much for being here. Round of applause for Hermione. Well done, Hermione.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before we get to the rest of tonight's open reading, I will mention that our featured reader next week is a poet named Howie Good. He's a poet who I've never heard read, but I've published him a bunch of times on Poetry Superhighway, the poetry website that I run that you may know about. And I was just looking his work, I think the last time I put him up, and thought, man, I want to hear this guy read. I really like his work. So we're going to hear from Howie Good next week. Which leads us now to the rest of tonight's open reading. Here's who I have on the list in this order. Melody Anderson Bermudez, Bill Gaines, Heidi Casa, Alan, Michael G. Hickey, Dig Wayne, and me. If anyone else would like to be added to the list, and I know that there's other people here who haven't signed up who might be writers as well, please just send me a message in the chat and I will be happy to add you to the list. For the newcomers and for those who may have forgotten, it's 2 poems maximum. Less is more is the suggested time limit. Bill Gaines, you are on deck. Please welcome our next reader, Melody Anderson Bermudez. Hello, Melody.
Hi there. This one is called My First Manhattan. Tonight is the night I have my first Manhattan. Out of a can, but still, it counts. 2 ounces rye whiskey, 1 ounce sweet vermouth, 2 dashes Angostura bitters, 1 maraschino cherry for garnish. Had I mixed all that with the small, round ice cubes that come out of our ice cube maker, it would be amazing. What I do in between sips of my first Manhattan is look for my cat, Meow Meow, who's taken to running to the back door where I shake the temptation treats, chicken flavored. And then when she's close, she races over the backyard to jump up the hill, and I swear I will never let her out again in the dark. My anger at Meow Meow rises to the surface, and then I worry about all the tales I read in Next Door, where cats or kittens have run out for the first time. It's always the first time. And a coyote, they've never seen one in their backyard before, eats the cat or kitten, and they're gone just like that. While I sip my first Manhattan, I remember all the martinis I made for my dad as a child. His preference, 3 vodka to 1 vermouth. When shaken up with ice in the way my dad liked it, I'd take a sip or 2, never too much, so my father wouldn't notice, but just enough to get a 10-year-old buzz. Later in college, when my friends had their first martini, I, the childhood martini maker, would laugh, showing little interest in martinis, vermouth, or gin. When running through the backyard, chasing Meow Meow, a Manhattan in one hand, Temptation Treats chicken flavored in the other hand, I saw the moon, a sliver of the moon, a slice of pizza called the waxing crescent phase, which occurs right after the new moon. The moon is beautiful. While I do not see Meow Meow and have no idea where she's disappeared to, I stop, take a sip of my first Manhattan, and stare at the moon in total late night appreciation, reading that the waxing crescent phase of the moon stands for new beginnings, growth, and intentional setting, intention setting. A perfect time to write a poem, a haiku to Meow Meow. Meow Meow, where are you? You damn fool cat. I miss you. Manhattan in hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Melody. You've incorporated so much of what I love in the world in your poem, cats and cocktails. So thank you so much for that. I had my first Manhattan within the last year, as a matter of fact. I had never tried the drink before. Really dug it. There you go. It was, I'm not sure about if I can authorize supporting cocktails from a can, but I'll get back to you on that. And
Okay,
thanks so much for being here. I always enjoy your work. Round of applause for Melody Anderson Bermides
thank you.
and her cat Meow Meow.
Yeah, looking for her. She didn't show up tonight. I don't know where she is. So,
All right, well, keep us up to date. On deck is Heidi Casa. Please welcome Bill Gaines. Hi, Bill.
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Yep, great, cool. I have two tonight. The first one is called Calling in Dead to Work. I stick my hand into a stream of lava and grab what I'm looking for. A quarter to use in the payphone in hell to call my boss and let him know why I won't be in today. I'm terribly sorry I've died and gone to hell. And wicked little imps are stabbing my butt with pitchforks, and huge winged beasts are wailing like banshees, and my ears are bleeding profusely, and I'm very sweaty, and the devil himself is singing Chapel Rowan karaoke, and I don't think they're going to let me out of here, and also there's no flesh left on my hand because I had to stick it into a stream of lava to get this quarter I used in the payphone to call you and let you know. You can't fire me, I'm dead. End of piece. And number two is called Mildly Taboo. You can't talk about the joys of smoking to a classroom of kindergartners. You can't reminisce with retired firemen about the good old days when they just mailed you Victoria's Secret catalogs for free. You have to talk openly and directly about your values to your racist uncle. If you talk about Kim with anyone, you're fucked. You can't talk to the queen about the birds and the bees, for the queen is dead, and so are we. End of piece. Oh, Rick? Is Rick frozen or am I frozen?
Hi, sorry, my Zoom
Okay.
keeps quitting, and that's a problem because I need it to not quit so I can do things. Like say, Bill, I really enjoyed as much of that as I heard, especially the first piece, which I heard all of, calling in dead to work. The vision of wicked little imps stabbing you in the butt with pitchforks is unfortunately going to stick with me through the rest of the week. So I'm not sure what to do about that, but really dug it. Thank you so much for being here. As always, thank you, Bill.
Thank you, and thank you, everybody.
Round of applause for Bill Gaines. On deck is Alan. Please welcome now Heidi Casa. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, Rick. Hello, everybody. I have two tonight. I was in a Zoom meeting earlier today, and things were happening, and so they said the Zoom goblins are out. So it seems like they are tonight in this meeting as well. The line we see, this latest emergency room trip and surgery results in my son's history unwinding in the ears of a nurse practitioner whose keen attention contains my wilding tale past the checkbox questions and into the center of woods, following the silver thread I've been chasing a long while. The thread reflecting light, leading back through leaves in sun or moonlight, calling our eyes upward. The illnesses. These are storms moving through the body until you tell yourself you are your own boat, dividing the choppy waves in a line to your direction. But then, how could you be the boat? Because you're the water. Divine forces churning, about to overturn the boat or rock it to sleep. You are the richness that never leaves itself alone, that seeks itself out because it doesn't believe in castaways. Because what is good finds more good even underground or going to ground. And above, too, the clouds huddling together with their moisture. Thank you.
Did you say the title of that poem was The Illnesses? Did I hear that
Yes.
one?
Yep.
And I hear a little bit of like residual something in you.
Yeah, one of the illnesses that's writing about right now. Wrote about the other illness in the other piece. Not mine, someone else's.
Well, I officially give you a license to ill. I, um, nice to see you again. The Zoom goblins are indeed out, but they dared not interrupt you, so it all seemed to work. Thank you so much for being here, Heidi.
Thank you, and thank you for your reading, Hermione.
Round of applause for Heidi Casa. On deck is Michael G. Hickey. Please welcome Alan. Hello, Alan.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I have two poems to share this time. The first one title is Imagine. Imagine I glide like a paper airplane with pride. The exciting game I play since little kids' days. Imagine I fly higher and higher up to the sky like a kite as wind blowing with tails wagging. Imagine a powered hang glider with a pilot leading, gaggle of geese following over the blue ocean. Imagine I take southwest north to San Francisco Bay, descending into a long-tail fog over the Golden Gate. Imagine a non-stop flight from West Coast to Taiwan, excited to meet my siblings at the crack of dawn. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, up in the dark sky so far. I have been enjoying my life with ease. I will rest with you in peace. Alan Chuang, 2026. Okay. The second poem is titled Laguna Beach on Anniversary. The anniversary is our day, from Foothill Ranch to Crescent Bay. A cozy afternoon of sunny day. Picnic brought, then go on the way. El Toro, Laguna Canyon, Ocean Road Outreach. Through Lake Forest, Laguna Woods to Laguna Beach. Over the cliff, the sea breeze blew. The Pacific Ocean wide open with grand view. Cormorants submerge and pelicans glide over the waves near seaside. Above sea level, Cartanilla Islands hill. In the vagueness, air and water fill. Enjoy the cozy sun and sandwich laying on the chair. A seagull came by waiting for his share. Busy bees around the blossom. picking nectar. Sure, it's awesome. A fiction playwright we ran in, sketching the cape for a movie scene, asking if I want to be a superhero, turning devils into angels in time zero. Stepping down the sandy and brown beach, what a scene the environmentalists preach. An elephant seal in a cage is being released by a rescue team when the sanctuary is seized. He hobbled down the beach, then looked back. Bye, thanks, swimming on his track. The nursery parents echoed, bye, no backtrack. Parallel footprints on fresh sand. Anniversary couple, hand in hand. Running forms come and go. Share the memories in time flow. Back to the high cliff, catching sunset. Descending to Catalina Island, we can't forget. The sun is orange, the horizon is pink. Golden reflections on water faded in a blink. Back to Foothill in twilight. Brittany community is in sight. The 41st anniversary of the lucky pair in the sweet home that we share. This is composed 2014. Thank you.
Alan, thank you so much. A lot of beautiful imagery in your poems. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. I hope you come back and read some more for us. You're welcome anytime. And great job. Round of applause for Alan.
Can I have a question? If I want to post it, or how do I do it? I mean, post it on the screen.
Well, there's a button at the bottom that says share, and I think you press that button and then you select the window on the screen, and it shows up for everyone. And so that's not something I can get into too much right now because we've got some other readers, but it's you just press the share button and that should do it. So maybe practice it next before you come next time, and you'll be able to figure it out. And thank you again, Alan, for being here. Round of applause for Alan. We've got 2 more people on the list and then me to close out the open. If I missed anyone or if anyone would like to be added, now's your last chance to let me know. Dig, Wayne, you are on deck. Please welcome now Michael G. Hickey. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Rick. Hi, everyone. Alan, that was great. Hermione, what a wonderful feature that was. I love your poetry so much. And I appreciate the opportunity to read this poem. I'm going to be performing this on stage. I'm with a local acting group, and they want me to do this on stage in October. So this is a dress rehearsal without much of a dress. It's a prose poem. It's really not even poetry. It's more like creative nonfiction, a reporting, essentially. It's about a person I met recently. This is called The Dreams in Daria's Notebook. It's a warm day in autumn. Fallen leaves fill the streets, gutters, and storm drains as I go to meet an old friend, formerly my poetry writing student, for coffee and cinnamon scones. She arrives accompanied by a companion, a tall, dark-complected woman with walnut eyes, long lashes, jet black hair, and the warmest smile. We shake hands. Her name is Daria. After minimal small talk, Daria describes how she and her husband escaped from Iran just 10 days earlier. She was a college instructor, now on the government's hit list, for refusing to wear a hijab in class one day. It was just one day and just one class, a small act of defiance, but word got out. The morality police were unimpressed by her academic status, a full professor for women's studies at the prestigious University of Tehran. Well, she says, I used to be at least. Daria loves Allah. Daria loves Islam. As a scholar of the Quran, she has memorized the entire literature. Daria adores Iran, the Iranian people, the history, the literature, the art, the architecture. But when her husband found out she'd been greenlighted by the government, there were no more discussions at dinner time about how best to proceed, freeze, fight, or flight. The morality police considered Daria's offense even worse than Masa's, a 22-year-old woman who was infamously murdered the year before for wearing a hijab improperly, for showing too much hair. Essentially, they killed Masa for refusing to serve Allah in the manner required by patriarchal madmen who routinely sanctioned honor killings as a husband's right to punish his wife's infidelity, whether real or imagined. These were the same tribal elders who chanted in unison while surgically removing Daria's clitoris at age 14, unwittingly using unsterilized instruments, which caused a vicious pelvic infection and ended any hopes she may ever have to give birth. To this day, she says, I still have nightmares about their chanting. This unquote, this chanting occurred continuously during the entire procedure while she screamed and bled on the bed, red drops dripping on the floor in a puddle of pain. And that was 20 years ago. This mutilation, she was told, would facilitate her transition from being a girl to being a woman. It would help her remain modest and chaste. It would allow her to praise Allah with full concentration during the salat, praying on her knees 5 times a day. Daria articulates all this to me quite unabashedly in her soft Persian accent, without pause or hesitation, without a hint of vengeance or vitriol. She goes on to recapitulate the Iranian overthrow of the Shah in 1979. It was the same year her mother, a widow, was abducted from their family home and beheaded in the public square for owning a disco record, Saturday Night Fever by the Bee Gees. Ironically, her mother's favorite song was Stayin' Alive. Mama really loved that song, Daria says. My aunt told me that mother used to listen to that record over and over again, often with the windows wide open, and always while dancing around the living room, just like John Travolta in the movie. Then one day, without warning, a neighbor, supposedly a friend, secretly reported her to the authorities. Daria's dark brown eyes are wet now, yet they do not surrender a single tear. Finally, just as I'm wondering how in the hell this miracle of a woman has managed to survive, Daria shows me how. She reaches into her black leather briefcase and extracts a thick notebook. She lays it on the table in front of me. This poetry, she says, is how I survived and how I still survive. She opens the first page, and written with big black magic marker in block letters is her favorite quote by her favorite poet, the 13th century mystic Muhammad Rumi. She looks at me square in the eye, again with that disarming smile. These days, she says, this quote is how I'm staying alive. Let the beauty of what you love be what you do. That's Rumi. She asked if I would read her notebook, and maybe we could meet up again next week at the same time to discuss it. My husband and I are looking for jobs in permanent housing, so my life's unpredictable at the moment. But I'd like to have this opportunity to meet with you again and put it on my schedule. I'm the kind of person who needs to have something to look forward to. The three of us embrace, depart the coffee shop, and as I stroll home carrying her notebook, I notice the leaves seem brighter somehow, even radiant. In my upstairs den, before I start reading her notebook, I slip on my eyeglasses, cue the muse, and furiously start writing some free verse of my own, so poetry can continue to save me too. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Powerful piece. You once again wear your heart in your poems. So very much appreciate you sharing that with us and watching you read it as well. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Round of applause for Michael G. Hickey. Late addition to the open reading list on deck will be Poetic Poison. Please welcome now Dig Wayne. Hello, Dig.
Hello, Rick. Hello, everyone. I'm going to read from my new book, Shout Down the Clouds. This one's called The Blues and Everybody. I probably read this one before here. All the good stories are written in basements of butt-naked madhouses by corn-cracked young souls born of inciting incidents. They don't keep the chalked white tiles as clean down there, so the shadows still make lasting impressions. Stainless steel bedpans squeak out from under once voluptuous grandmothers, gathering momentum as the plot is developed in an upstate darkroom catwalk facility. Bloody miscarriages of justice cry out to their underfilleted fathers for guidance as the protagonist puts one leg in at a time, his jaw nailed into a heroic grimace. Peach juice draws ants, so the trilingual tragic mulatta milks the unsuspecting kidney foot for all he's got and then some. Her skirts fanning the flames of dynamic tension, robbing the dick of wind to whistle wolf. Bloated medicine jars stand silently by as men, women, and children pass notes in forgotten tongues to chewing gum riddled gurney jockeys with tobacco-stained middle fingers. In the continuing absence of toilet paper, two-ply, third-draft manuscripts are always at hand for unseemingly plot twists and cleaning up the literary jibba-jabba from the edge of high fences and low sparks. Thank you. This one's called Unancient Aliens. Universal civil wars have been fought on the tip of a yak's ear. Whole civilizations thrive on the nut in a squirrel turd. Yesterday, a young black hole the size of a 12-point ampersand experienced gravity for the first time, devouring a dozen galaxies the size of a duck's spleen. All the world's nuclear power is being harnessed in a Welsh hog's bollocks. I thank you.
Sorry, I just needed to let that one sit there for a second.
Which one? What do you mean?
That second piece, a lot of, images flowing over me there. Bullocks, a Welsh pig, all of it. Dick, congrats on the new book. Heidi, I believe, asked in the chat where folks could get that. Is there an answer to that?
Well, I'm not very good at this. Last week, Hermione posted something where you could get it. Maybe she can find that again. I don't come prepared with links, so I don't know.
Sure, yeah. That's why would you? Just
I don't know. I'm a terrible salesman. I really am. I just don't have that sort of. I don't think that. I can send you something. I'll find something and send it to you, Heidi. Okay.
There you go. Well, congrats on the new book. Even if you're the only person who ever ends up having one.
Oh, I sold a few. I have sold a
Oh,
few. Yeah, yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, things are looking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Dig, thank you very much for being here. Ooh, sorry, extra sound coming from over there. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you sell a few more. And round of applause for Dig Wayne. Thank you, Dig.
Thank you.
Okay, on deck is me to close out the open reading. Please welcome now Poetic Poison. Hello, Poetic Poison.
Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, my name is Poetic Poison, and this is You Hit Me. I didn't choose this crash. I didn't invite your recklessness to rearrange my bones, my breath, my life. See, you climb behind that wheel with a bottle as your compass, and you aimed yourself at my tomorrow like it was disposable. Don't you look away. Don't you dare look away. You hit me. Me. Not a fender, not a bumper. Me. My bones, my blood, my life. You were drunk. Not buzzed. Not had a couple. Drunk. Slurred words and glass eyes. God complex behind the wheels. And you thought what? You thought that metal. Excuse me. You thought what? You thought you could outrun gravity? Outrun physics, outrun the fact that metal and flesh don't mix well at 50 miles an hour. You didn't see me. Do you know what it's like to have metal scream around you, to taste blood and fear, and then realize that some stranger selfish night has just carved itself into your body's story? Again, you didn't see me? Bullshit. You didn't care. The bottle mattered more. The high, the escape, the you mattered more. See, you get to tell people I made a mistake, like it's a drop glass of milk, but your mistake is stitched into me now. It lives in the ache, in the ache of my joints, in the ache that awakes me at night, in the in the panic that floods my chest every time headlights flare behind me. You walk free, and I limp in ways that you'll never understand. You laugh with friends, and I count scars in the mirror. You sleep at night, and I replay the crash in loop so loud I can hear the seatbelt scream. And here's some truth. I hope the sound of metal breaking becomes your lullaby. I hope every drink burns like guilt that you can't wash away, and I hope you see my face in your dreams and know that I'm not forgiving you there either. See, you didn't kill me, but you tried. And now you get to live with the fact that I survived and know that I'm coming for your memory every time you try to forget that you hit me. Peace.
Poetic Poison, thank you so much for coming out tonight and sharing that piece with us. Where are you reading to us from?
I am reading to you from Dallas, Texas.
Sweet. You're not the only Texas person in the room, so you guys should have carpooled. That's all I'm saying. But please come back and read some more for us. That was great. Really great to hear you tonight, and would like to hear a lot more. Round of applause for Poetic Poison. First time here at Cobalt Poets. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to close out the open reading with two pieces. This one is a little piece from the book High Moose Alert, which came out last year. It's just a tiny little piece I wrote in Denali in Alaska. It's called Addie Kisses My Lips at the Shuttle Stop. Ooh, cold lips. Did you just drink water? No. Let me try it again. For science? For science. There you go. For this week's text, the title of this week's Torah portion is Ki Teitzei in Hebrew, which in English means when you go out, and I called this poem When You Go Out to War. When you go out to war, be nice. Be nice when you get to the war. Be nice to the beautiful captives. Be nice to the trees of your enemies. When you go out to the war, dress warmly. It is cold at the war. You don't want your mother worrying you'll catch a cold at the war. When you go out to the war, don't forget to write your wives. Even if you only love one of them, they both want to hear from you. When you go out to the war, food will be provided, weaponry will be provided, human enemies will be provided. You will not be bored when you go out to the war. It's non-stop war activities. All of this is in the war brochure. When you go out to the war, have your affairs in order. As good as you are at doing war, the worst can happen. When you go out to the war, try to make sense of it, but not during it. That could affect your success at the war. Think about the sense of the war later. Think about it at night between the chapters of the war. Think about it when you come home, if you come home. – All righty. So I was reading that. I hope it was clear. I'm not a fan of war. Some of the imagery in that is taken from the text, and there's all kinds of weird rules in this week's text about how you're supposed to conduct war, which is weird to read when you generally are a person who would prefers that war is not conducted. I want to say thank you very much to everyone for being here, especially to our featured reader, our own regular Hermione Beard. Hermione, you did a great job tonight and brought some people out who have not been here before. It was great to see you in that slot, and I know we'll be seeing you a lot more in the coming weeks and months and years as you continue to write and share your work with us. So keep it up and thank you so much. There is a link in the chat room to Hermione's broadside. Right on that page, you can download it and have it forever to have an extra poem of Hermione Beard in your life. If you're new here, and I know we got a bunch of new people here, click on email list when you're at the website at that link, and you can add your email and you'll get an email a couple times a week reminding you about the next Cobalt Poets reading with a Zoom link, etc. So there you go with all that. And finally, you can click on calendar when you click on that when you're on that website, and you'll see who's coming up in the next couple of months. Next week, it's the poet Howie Good who will be here, and we've got people scheduled all the way through October, I think. So a lot of great stuff coming up. Thanks everyone else who came and just watched, and our open readers as well. Great to be here with all of you. I'm going to click on Ask All to unmute so y'all can commingle.
Awesome work tonight, Hermione.
Commingle.
That was a great feature, Hermione.
Thank you, Hermione.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hermione.
Excellent feature.
Appreciate you.
Hermione and the voice.
Where are you, Hermione? Where are you? Can you hear me?
She's
She's
still
muted.
Yeah, Hermione is still muted. There you go.
Where are you, Hermione? Whereabouts are you? Are you in LA?
I think her sound is down because she's not hearing us too well. I think Hermione's in LA.
I can't unmute. I can't unmute.
Oh,
You are unmuted.
You're unmuted now. You're okay.
I was curious as to where you are, Hermione.
What's